Okay, let me just tell you, I've made this video twice now. One time I had a reminder, and the second time I ran out of space. So I'm making this video. I'm going to have to probably break it up. But I'm going to talk about stuff that I've talked about before. I'm going to kind of rehash it all over again. You can go find, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that if you haven't watched my video about the 4 components of fitness, that you go and watch it. Go search through my channel, take the time, lunch break, while you're in the bathroom, whatever. But I talk about the 3 components: nutrition, resistance training, and cardio, and how important they are. But if you don't believe you can do it, if you don't want to do it, if you fight it, if you're just literally, you're not going to push as hard on all of these. For example, you might neglect preparing your meals in advance, which ultimately is a stress reliever, not more stress. You actually save money and sodium and tightness and all those other things by preparing your meals in advance, not guessing what other restaurants are putting in or other fast food places. You know exactly what you're putting into your body, and you're learning about all this stuff. Truly thinking of food as fuel and not as entertainment. Resistance training, if you really don't want it, if you are really not, you really don't believe the benefits of resistance training, then you're not going to push as hard, do that extra rep. You're in your mind, you're not going to even enjoy the workout, and there's something that comes along with that. Quality cardio. You won't get creative on your cardio. Cardio can be boring, but you have to get creative on it. And this is a huge thing that I always talk about. If you think of cardio and working out and food as punishment to get you to your goal, you're never going to get there. I will promise you that, because that last component is not there. You're not enjoying the journey. You're not thinking of food as fuel, not entertainment. You're not pushing as hard. You're not pushing as hard. And just overall, your whole mindset is just, oh my God, I got to do this cardio as punishment. Sometimes we're thinking we got to do it as punishment for being weak and giving in and being heavier than we want to be and all that other stuff. Those are all the things that you have to get out of your mind. You have to think that this isn't punishment. This is an opportunity to make yourself feel good. Why on Christmas morning do I get up at 3:30 in the morning, critique food logs, and then go do cardio? Why don't you give yourself a day off? Give myself a day off from my happy hormones. I've had people ask me, you always talk about this happy hormone thing, but I don't feel it. Well, let me ask you this. You don't feel it after the workout, but what are you thinking before you even started? Are you thinking, oh my God, I can't wait to go and do the stair mill and try it because it's a scary machine and I've always wanted to try it. Oh my God, I totally want to get better at the jump rope. So you keep practicing and you do 1 minute at a time, and then you stop and you do something else, and then you do 2 minutes at a time. Literally, it's about getting creative. I read murder mysteries. Like Harlan Coben is who I'm like all over now. I think I'm on like the 8th book of his. And I love doing that and my music. And I usually pick like one song that's my favorite song, and it always goes back to the Macklemore song. And I read my murder mystery book, and that song's on repeat in the background. So like I love doing my run, because then the rest of the day I'm like, oh yes, I got my sweat on, soaking wet shorts. I feel good. And if for some reason something comes up, I got it over with. So it's all the way you think of things. You have got to change your mind before you can change anything else, external or internal physically. Stomach aches. That's another thing. You don't understand. Most people don't realize that most stomach aches are, yes, they're from food, but then they're also additionally from stress. This is something that I was going over in my therapist, which I must say I'm very excited about. Yesterday was my last day at my trauma therapy because I've been feeling so beyond great. I went in, I checked in with her, I told her about how great I was. I said my goodbye for the first time. It was like a good goodbye as opposed to a bad goodbye. And things are great. And this is something that she said that I love. I absolutely love what she said. She's had a circle on a sheet of paper, and she said the word self, and then she wrote down all these things, or had all these things: curious, kind, caring, nurturing. Literally all the things from my tattoo that Nate at Internal Instincts did. He knows me. This is a totally jumping subject. There's my ADD. But literally he knows independent, powerful, strong, boom. All those things, every one of these flowers have that significant meaning. They all mean something. Don't ask me, because I don't know. He knows. I don't. Whatever. But they mean something in Italian. So getting back to what she said, she basically said, these are yourself. All of those other things that you feel, insecure, self-conscious, doubting, those are visitors. And you need to not allow those visitors to stay. And I love that. So when I'm feeling down, if I'm feeling self-conscious, if I'm feeling insecure, if I'm doubting myself, I have to tell my head, these are visitors. Get out. This is not who you are. You are this, you are that. Like Muhammad Ali says, even if you're not a champion, you have to think that you're a champion, and then you'll act like a champion, and you have more of a chance of being a champion. It's all in the mindset. One of my clients has a medical condition. I have a lot of clients that have medical conditions, and she asked me, how do you deal with that? How do you accept having this condition? I truly think, and it's sometimes hard to think of that with certain conditions, but I think I was blessed with Crohn's disease, because I have Crohn's, I have colitis, I've also suffered from eating disorders and that emotional connection to food. So, as Tony Robbins said, when you connect enough pain and enough pleasure to certain things, you're more likely to stay strong. So I'm glad that I have Crohn's disease, because it physically gives me pain whenever I eat food that would then trigger my eating disorder, and so it's all a vicious circle. We have to find something positive about it. Maybe a medical condition is what's going to keep you healthy. Some people, which blows my mind, some people, and not this client, because, oh my God, this girl's at her goal, absolutely phenomenal, looks amazing. But some people have medical conditions, and they know, especially like stomach conditions, and they know they shouldn't be eating certain things, but they just do. You have to accept you could never eat dairy again. You could never drink again. You could never have vinegar again, maybe, because it might trigger an attack. You can't say, oh, well, what if I have it every now and then? Every now and then you'll be in the hospital. Is it Bill or an IV in your arm or wasted 6 hours of your life? Is that worth it for a salad with vinegar or for a yogurt with your family? And are you really losing out on anything in life if you don't get to do that? No, because I did another video about how food is not love. You can still enjoy your family without eating bad food. How you look at things, life is more. A client mentioned something to me a really long time ago about when I posted the video a while ago about my insecurities and talking more about my trauma and all that other stuff. And I said that I feel like we all have a purpose here. My purpose is to give people hope. That is every one of my motivations, my motivators. I'm motivated by motivating you guys. If I found out that I had another medical condition, instead of thinking, oh my God, here I go again, something else bad about me, I would think, no, I'm sure there's probably a lot of other people out there that have this new thing that I have, like when I found out about the whole PTSD. You know what? Now I'm going to motivate people to get healthy, because I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to get this thing in check. I'm going to this and that. And so far, it's going great. I'm still suffering from some chronic pain every day laying down. I'm actually making it through a movie without having to stand up from my hips. I'm able to relax a little bit more, even though I really don't like to. And that perfectly leads me into people that say that they don't have time. They don't have time to work out. They dog and say negative things about people that work out with their kids or take their kids to the gym. When I really want you to think this. My son hardly ever, if ever, goes to a daycare at a gym. I work out when he's in school. But here's my thing. For people that don't get the opportunity to do it the way that I do, my son's still sleeping right now, and I already ran 5 miles this morning and woke up at 3:30 to do the food logs. But for people that don't, tell me this. Why is it more acceptable that you and your kids sit on the couch for 2 hours and watch TV and eat popcorn, but it's frowned upon if you were to take your kids to a daycare because you're a crappy mother, because you're throwing them in daycare while you get healthy? God forbid a kid sees what you're doing and working out. Literally, I had a client that told me that her kids, well, actually, I had a client that sent me some pictures, and she does all these amazing yoga poses, and I wanted to try one and send it to her, and I was embarrassed by it, so I have to practice, but don't worry, you're going to get your text. And her kids are doing it with her. I have another client that was telling me about how her kids play with fake food, and my son's played with it before, and they used to play with all unhealthy food. She posted it on Facebook, and it's a picture of her kids playing with the plastic vegetables and all that other stuff, because now mommy's changing her food. Like, that's phenomenal. And that's what we need to do. Instead of dogging people that are doing healthy things, think about what you're doing. You're making excuses. You're justifying, or you're trying to justify. I'm spending quality time with my kids because we go get ice cream, because we sit on the couch and watch movies together, because we eat popcorn. Think about that for a little bit. And then, I mean, if you got in your workout, then fine. If overall you're a healthy person and it's something that you do every now and then fine. But if you're not healthy, if you're not where you want to be and doing nothing about trying to get there, then you really need to rethink what you're doing. So I'm so glad I didn't run out of time. So glad I got to finish this video. You know, I even, there's some other notes where I talk about, think about how many times you've slept in. Most people think that they need 8-10 hours sleep. If it's good quality sleep and you're eating good, I'm in bed every day at 9:30, I'm up every day at 3:30, and I never take naps. If I fall asleep past 9:30, then I'm a little off and I need a nap in the middle of the day, but most of the time that never happens. What else? Spending time at restaurants and wasting money, and then saying that you don't have time or money to do things, wasting money on going out to eat and gas going out to eat, and then saying you don't have money to eat healthy, which doesn't make any sense because it's actually cheaper. That's it, people. So yay, oh my God, under a 20-minute video. I'm going to go wake up my son now. I'm going to go eat my breakfast, and I love you. Yay, another video.